In this presentation, you will learn about feminist anthropologists in India. In our country, nearly 70% of the population is dependent on agriculture. In other words, every village would have farms where families are working. Women also work, carrying water, food for their husband and children, sowing crops, helping in harvesting, even working as laborers in other farms. Some do part-time work like handicrafts to supplement income. If the farms are a family property, then the woman doesn't earn anything. However, if it belongs to someone else, then her earnings are again contributed to the family. Such immense contribution needs documentation and discussion, both from the people's perspective and the perspective of scholarly work. What we mean to say is that we have a large scope for anthropological writing on gender experiences in our country. Every narrative will have a different story because we have layers of caste, class, subcaste, hierarchy within families, outside the family, and this becomes necessary to document. We have several female anthropologists in India. However, we look at only 2 scholars in this presentation. Iravati Karve. Iravati Karve used the Indological approach. Her study on the kinship organization in India was an important contribution. She used language patterns and geographical divisions to find out more about the various changes or various divisions in kingship structure across India. She was an Orientalist and so did not shy away from using Sanskrit and Pali material to substantiate her findings. She also worked on the culture, rituals and institutions of Maharashtra. Her writings in Marathi have established her as a competent storyteller. Her book Yuganta, The End of an Epoch, is a historical rendering of the Mahabharata. The characters are not treated as fictional. Instead, their circumstances and actions are explained using socio-political cues. Using the Mahabharata, Karve maps the political scenarios of ancient India. Yuganta was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award for Marathi in 1968, making Karve the first female author from Maharashtra to receive it. She experimented with methodology in an atmosphere that wasn't welcoming of women researchers. Despite her privileged background, she researched the hinterlands of India and proved herself to be an inspiration for young anthropologists across the country. Leela Dubey. Leela Dubey's writings trace her own anthropological and personal journeys and capture one history of the gendering of the social sciences in India, particularly anthropology. Dubey drew strength from the growing women's movements worldwide and scholarly literature put together her reflections on kinship, marriage, motherhood, womanhood, and gender relations. Patel points out the immense contribution of Dubey. Dubey played an important role in shaping Towards Equality report, Committee on Status of Women in India. It led to a discussion that further got the Parliament of India to bring women's studies at the center stage in Indian academia through UGC and ICSSR. Dubey has also played an important role in the World Sociological Congress in 1984 by raising concerns over women's studies. In a debate on sex-selective abortion carried out EPW during 1982-86, she noted a direct relationship in the deficit of women and increased and intensified violence against women. Her important works are Visibility and Power, Essays on Women in Society and Development, co-edited by Leela Dubey, Eleanor Leacock, and Shirley Ardner. This book gives an international perspective for the anthropology of women in the context of India, Iran, Malaysia, Brazil, and Yugoslavia. Her article titled On the Construction of Gender, Hindu Girls in Patrilineal India in the EPW has been used by several women's groups for study circles and training programs. A volume in the series on women and the Household, Structures and Strategies, Women, Work and Family, co-edited by Leela Dubey and Rajni Palriwala, has taught women studies in economics, sociology, geography, social work and governance courses. Women and Kingship: Comparative Perspectives on Gender in South and Southeast Asia talks about the kinship systems provide an important context in which gender relations are located in the personal and public arenas. Her anthropological explorations in gender intersecting fields examines gender, kinship and culture by looking into several unconventional materials such as folk tales, folk songs, proverbs, legends and myths to construct an ethnographic profile of feminist thought. She provides an understanding of the socialization of the girl child in the patriarchal family with the seed and soil theory propagated by Hindu scriptures and epics symbolizing a domination-subordination power relationship between men and women. Her last publication, a Marathi translation of her last book in English, was Manavashastratil Lingabhavachi Shodhamohim, which appeared in 2009. Thus, the contribution of Karve is very impactful even in today's times. Thank you for watching the presentation. Do like, subscribe, share, and leave your comments about this presentation or any other topics you would like to learn more about.